CMF stands for Color, Material, and Finish. CMF is a sub-brand of Nothing, which was started by former OnePlus co-founder Carl Pei. Well, CMF has introduced their first phone, the CMF Phone 1, and although you see the absence of color on my model, this can be easily remedied by replacing the back of the unit with backs of different colors. These backs come in blue, orange, and green, and yes, I mean a replaceable back. Wow, that's a lot of backs. But if you're looking for NFC support, this is not your phone. You can turn off the video now. Now, let's go to the video again. So this was the back that originally shipped. Even though I wanted the orange, it was sold out in the phone and as a separate back, and I replaced it with this blue. So the blue feels a little bit more premium. This feels obviously more budget. So this is a pure plastic back as opposed to this here shown in vegan leather. But make no mistake, even though these look very high end, it's still not going to be my favorite phone of all time, the Oppo Find X7 Ultra with its double stitch vegan leather in the back. So removing the back is pretty simple. You would just remove the SIM card here, and then you would unscrew the back and unscrew this screw here. Once you have everything unscrewed, what happens is you just flip this up top. You'll see that right where the SIM card used to be and where this hole used to be, you can pull the case off from there. It acts sort of like a release button. But examining the phone, you quickly notice that at $199, this phone doesn't have uneven bezels. It doesn't have a teardrop notch. One of the things that is kind of shocking to me, and I have to give CMF and Carl Pei specifically credit. I don't mind using budget phones, and a lot of times I have to go to the overseas market to use budget phones. I actually had my mother-in-law in a budget Xiaomi for years. In the States, we are welcomed with teardrop notches and uneven bezels where we have a significant chin, which literally is almost like earmarking people that says, hey, this person can't afford this. It could be just that the person doesn't want to put all their money into a phone. Not everybody's into phones like I am. It could be that the person works in the field and breaking a $1,000 phone is different than breaking a $100 to $200 phone. So I really appreciate where Nothing is going with this, because this phone screams quality down to the OS. And one of the things I can say emphatically is this: if someone grabs this phone, they're going to get either the Nothing branded OS, so it carries the Nothing OS from their top tier devices, but you can also pick when you're setting up the phone if you want to use stock Android, which gives you a clean build of Android without Pixel features, because of course it's not a Pixel, but at least it gives you a stock environment. And I have to say, Nothing has done such a good job with the OS that I use Nothing OS. So these widgets are pretty incredible. They have this dot matrix feel. There's about 24 of them that are built into the setup. So like if I click on this is the weather widget. I can set it up for my area, or I could also set it up to any area that I want to track. You have your clock widget, the Nothing X widget, so you can pair different earbuds from Nothing. So the Neckband Pro, the Buds Pro, Ear 1, the Ear Stick, the Ear 2, the CMF Buds, and some other CMF products that will be coming out as well. And one of the things I can say, you're pretty much free from all the bloatware that you get on a typical phone, especially a budget phone. It's pretty snappy for a Dimensity 7300, which is no slouch, but at $200, you don't think of snappiness. And this is the 8 gig variant that I have, because that was the only thing that was available as a global release, or I should say the beta program that they have right now. But so far I've been extremely happy with this phone. Now let's talk a little bit about the display. The display is incredible as well. It's a 120 Hz AMOLED panel. It's 6.67 inch and it's extremely bright. So it has around 2000 peak nits of brightness, but not just that, the quality of the display is pretty decent at this price point. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of complaints about this display unless you're next to one of your flagship phones. So far, performance has been pretty decent on this phone. It's running a MediaTek Dimensity 7300. So turning around back, you have a main sensor and a depth of field sensor. So the way they employ that is they might use IR to get depth information, so they add to their algorithm and calculate where the end of something is and where the background is so they can blur it out digitally. Let's go into the camera app and let's scroll over to Expert. So as you can see here, I have my exposure, my ISO, which I've already set down to the lowest level, 100, my shutter, white balance, and my autofocus point. So I can change it to manual focus, or I can reset it back to autofocus. So that's pretty cool. And I can also capture raw photos. So if I don't like the processing, which I have to say for $200, this is very good. This is my first look at the CMF Phone 1. Extremely impressive for the price point, and I can't wait to give it out for more testing because I just think it has really kind of set the bar for this price point. OnePlus unfortunately did not release one of their Nord products that I thought would have been a good competitor to this, but we have at least the CMF Phone 1 to enjoy. So if you have any questions about the CMF Phone 1 or what you want to see in the future on this product, please hit me down in the comment section. And with that, we're out.